right, happy Friday evening, everyone. And how are you all doing? How are you all feeling? Hello, I'm here, but not quite here yet. Okay, actually here now. Good to know, Sifum. Good to know, as always. I'm here, but won't stay long. Wanted to show my senpai what my kohai is doing. Oh, me? Me, you little old kohai? Oh, well, thank you. I'm here. And I'm a shadow person on the internet for fun. How are you all doing? What are you doing with your senpai? I'm not doing much. I'm excited the week is over. The week felt very, very long, honestly. Coming down from the high highs of Halloween, and now we're getting into fall, and Christmas is invading everything. It's not my favorite time. It's an annual Thanksgiving gathering. Ooh, how lovely. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you. We had afternoon tea in Hot Springs yesterday. Ooh, what flavor of tea did you have? I have a vanilla black tea right now that I'm quite fond of. But that being said, thank you all so much for coming. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Into game. Alright, I don't know if we're going to be finishing this
at that moment
today.
A merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
Right, okay, it's going to start us back there. Fair enough, I suppose. Anyway, I was going to say, I don't know how long we're going to... how much further we have to go to reach the ultimate ending of this. Obviously, the entire game is finding all the different endings and all of that. I think we'll get close tonight. We might have one more stream left. As in another stream after this one. Royal Blend by Fortnum Mason. Ooh, what are the notes of that? Spooky, scary, small town. Yes, yes indeed. We just wanted to pop in to say hi, but I am behind on this game. I've only watched the first stream. That is okay. I am trying to get all of my Date Everything VODs up on my channel, and then I'm going to... my YouTube channel, I should say. And then I am going to start doing all the Beacon Pine ones. So, you will be able to watch from there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. And do enjoy. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was a robust black tea that goes well with milk. Ooh, fantastic. Oh yes, and I also now have channel points. And you can stamp your library card to show how many streams you've been a part of. Which I think is quite fun. They now have 2 stamps. Thank you for popping in. Yes, lovely use of points. Thank you, Sifa.
For a man like William Kerr, this honest state need. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
Welcome. Aw, cutie.
Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again!
Probably not.
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Okay, so... there's sly interrogation, chill interrogation. Or there's... we could try flight with the mutant ending. Or the mutant storyline. Do we want flight for the mutant storyline? Or do we want to try sly or chill? Just enter in the word flight, sly, or chill. Chill interrogation? Alright. We will do chill and see where that gets us.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Hello, Kitty. You have already had dinner. Don't act like you haven't. Well, all right. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Haram a good scare. Kitty also gives a timid wave. There's nothing timid about her. Let me just get out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Right, help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Alright, we're gonna head out soon, though I'll catch you next time. Thank you. See you on Tuesday, hopefully. Have a great time. Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? Well, it's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
His mouth ain't tied. This is a good point, Seafoam. This is a very good point, and I have a feeling it will become instantly relevant. That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time. He's gonna lock him in the basement.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought.
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
To light. Yep, kids are locked. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It
Called
was too
it.
late.
Mm-hmm.
Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Honestly, this might make them survive the cold thing. Yeah, it might. There's a potential. Not now, Beck.
they heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Welp.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
All right, do we want Sly or do we want Mutant? I get Sly or Flight. Whichever one you pick. I don't... Oh no, wait, if they stay locked down then they'll starve to death. Flight? I mean, who's to say? Everything might work out and then, the door just gets unlocked eventually, but essentially they're stuck down there until it's over, so. Flight it is. So, small recap on this. He pushed the bully into a puddle. Bully became a mutant. Iggy. Iggy's his name. So Iggy became a mutant, went to go hide out in the treehouse. And now it is surrounded by the red pandas and Kerr. And they tried to fight off the red pandas. Didn't work out so well, so now they're going to try Flight. I don't see this going any better, but it's a new option. New path.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Oh, they're gonna zip line.
Surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow. I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels. That's the first time he's looked truly menacing. He can just follow the line. Yeah, I don't see this actually going towards a happy end. But maybe we'll get a different word that we need?
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs.
More ice.
They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
And reminder, this takes place in summer. That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. Don't know if we can do that. Luca? Luca, are you there? Right, because Rolo's in the tunnels and we have the the walkie-talkie.
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in these woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Well, just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy. You Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mother sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. Okay, no way that way. We try further down. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin? That's a bit down from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? It's your town, buddies. You didn't go that far. Well, there couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Well, let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Can I just, like... Is there anything I can grab?
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. 2 faint seams were visible along the surface.
The tunnels! A manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. In situations such as these, I find it best to chuck stuff first and ask questions second. Great, do you see anything to chuck? Oh, I guess here. Hiya! Beacon
The boys
Pines.
stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
Oh, this doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater, good lord, sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source? You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Oh! They've blocked it off.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood. The stuff who put up? I don't know. Mr. Chair Dude! It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim run. So this happened while they were in the air? It seems so. Weirdly enough. Or while they were running away from town, the ice blast hit.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. Well, there must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. This town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay. His face isn't that bad. Also, he's only seen like a smidge of town. Yeah, but he's also a bully. It's, he's not the most positive thinking.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort.
Well, they shouldn't have picked the broad side of a building exposed to elements. If you're caught in a snowstorm, at least get in an alleyway or something.
If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. Ugh. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. For getting us away from those creeps. I sorta froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's like exactly what you should have done? Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. It's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Yeah, of course. Jeez, you goody good types take forever to understand the most basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
Something to do. That's not the most small-town bully excuse ever. You're an asshole because you're bored? Oh, he's trying. He is trying. Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolla are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. With his perfect little life. You're the bully who bullied him for having a dead dad and a missing mom. And you think his life is perfect? He has one friend. That's not... Dude, what about his life is perfect? Yeah, like, what? Where is this jealousy coming from? My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
Yeah, I got that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here. Yeah, definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all this. Don't fall asleep in snow. Yeah, let's get under cover.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What'd you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to the worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song.
I think Iggy has a crush. Oh, and he's displaying it in the wrong way? Maybe. How dare you make me like you? I guess I could see it.
A voice behind Luca spoke. This is how you remember them, huh? Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this.
Do we know that?
The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?
Remember what?
Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope.
He was snooping. Okay.
It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people.
So they were savior types.
I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
And no, honestly, I think I am with the dad, though, because if you do tuck your head in the sand when apparently, weird fucking illnesses are going on, there's no guarantee that your son and wife won't catch whatever this is. And even if it's a very deliberate sabotage of people are being targeted and given this illness, it is still no guarantee that they won't also be targeted. So I can see him wanting to make a stand and sacrificing himself.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
So I guess my question is why do we know he died and had a funeral and a grave, but the mother didn't get the same courtesy? Oh?
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
A mouse!
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation.
Different bad guys? Maybe. I don't know.
Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted... scarfy-necked... furball. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Not the best choice of words, Luca. You are in an unprecedented ice age in the middle of summer. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's just all calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Big-hatted, scarfy-necked motherfucker. Yes, Seafoam, better insult. Great. How about a name? Deus Ex Machina. Even better. If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You're gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Did they zipline into the future? I think they might have. And that's why everything's already, like, broken down and frozen over and everything. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. You think? I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes. Is she gonna kill them?
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Oh, him! Is he gonna kill them? Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood? Or we teleported to some alternate universe? Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight! So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. What do you mean? You both grew up here. But the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible? It's too much work? You don't need you need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so. Unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion, even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. So I know they mentioned that several years ago, the Harvest Company, Curse Company, I forget the name of it. Is it Bountiful Harvest? I don't think so. Put everyone up in town for 3 days to put plumbing and phone booths in. But that being said, for a week, yeah, for a week. That being said, I still don't think in a week you could do that. And also, why would you want to? And also, what are the edges of this? Did they raise the town to the ground and then rebuild it? Why? Did they build on top of it? How did they then get everyone back in without noticing they were on top of it? Strange. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved all of us and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. I think he's saying they rebuilt it a little to the left. But again, yeah, the why. The purpose. The best one can do is uncover...
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
the source. Which is something we've been hearing a lot. Why'd you say the source like that? Why, indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home...
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy. It's not too late to turn back. Simply head west, through Weepwood.
Chapter 6.
So then, in the other stories, did the ice blast from this town move over to the fake one? Assuming they're always in the fake one?
The source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
I think so. Maybe.
He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to Perennial Harvest.
Perennial Harvest, that's what it was.
But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
This should be where his home is, and it's not.
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone.
The grave, yeah.
A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here. Alone. In the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. $259K. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. Truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey. Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo. So the fallout. Nuclear fallout. But where was the nuclear then? They saved people and yet killed a kid with no problem. Yeah? I am hoping things start being revealed soon here. Because so far, it's just been mystery on top of mystery. And I'm trying to connect some dots, but I'm missing a whole lot of string. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses out here are literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I'm getting a lot of mixed messages. Yeah. I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. You know, I like Iggy. Yeah, once he stops being a bully and gets some humble pie in the form of mutation. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself? Hell yeah! Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. And if it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Ah, yes, the good old smasher snatch. It can get awfully cold out in these woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help is on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens, it's no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Aw, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Back into town we go. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So, a few years back, I, came into some possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not that wimpy firecrack stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rollo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back for him later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found him and tossed him.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic, myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Oh, would you look at that? The source. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. We have finally gotten a new word. I'm gonna guess that's the source. Can we go anywhere else? Nope. Just a giant hole in the ground. That's all we get. Can we go? Ooh, we can go this way. Okay. Can we go here? No. Can we go? Is there anything else we can uncover before we go down the giant hole? Looks like no. Okay, giant hole it is.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move all of us out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? Don't answer that, children. Don't answer that. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr. Where's Rollo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Safer than you two, at least. Drat, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined...
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. The fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens, no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy! This is some Night in the Woods vibes right now. Yeah, I'm telling ya, I picked it because it gave me Night in the Woods vibes, and I was right. I'm quite enjoying it.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Well, seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead, a role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional, such as myself, embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit. Bite his smarmy ear off, Iggy. Iggy do got that snaggletooth now.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. There. That's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? 'Cause I got a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know that I am an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool! Call off your guns.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
He's a bitch to the end. Unfortunately, I do think that's going to kill them all and we're going to get another dead end. Oh. That is a lovely face on Mr. Kerr. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. All Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How? What channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let us go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
I realize you're a bit hysterical right now, Mr. Kerr. But is this really the time? I am befuddled. Wow, can you believe this guy? Okay, we got hum. Sure.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. No. I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy? No.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds, 1 stone. Makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Luca had no choice but refuse or accept. I'm guessing you want me to pick refuse. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, please? Okay.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face.
They live to be tortured. If you need to go back and accept, I will be okay with that. Seems to be.
The end.
Seems to be. You can't just reject a man's sacrifice like that, even if that man is actually a 13-year-old boy.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Alright then. We accept it.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Yeah. Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
I'm never gonna be okay again. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Curious. Oh, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. Oh, crying emojis. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks made the hole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. Honk. Honk of protest. As Stumluck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
So Granny's explosions from the other stories caused the massive ice age. Because she wants to blow it all up. So, explosive barrels, too much. Fireworks, we can do something. Sad honk. Sad honk indeed. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn? You're going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
Pines harder. I'm assuming this is not the ultimate ending.
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Okay, so... Yep, that is as far as that branch takes us. It is now ending. Girl, you're the author. So this branch looks like it can still grow a little bit, but we don't have another... You don't have to do it like that. So, where do we go from here? We still haven't done Sly, and it has nothing else has popped up as another option. But that is the most we get of Iggy's story, and Iggy being a decent person, so... Oh, Slime Cop? Oh, Sly Cop. Yes, Sly Cop. Seems to be the only one we have left. So, good run with Iggy. I don't think we're going to get any more from him. But, you know, for his part in things, he did good. He caused emotion. Alright, Sly Cop. So I'm going to only guess this is Beck's turn with interrogating. And she has more brain cells than either of the boys, so hopefully this will actually get results. Seriously thought it was slime. No, Sly.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Yep, okay, Beck's turn, and this is why we're going to actually get results this time. Because we're leaving it to the lady. Girl, but still.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that meowdle girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who'd suspect a kid? I suppose that does make sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here to...
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, that old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we were going to destroy the source... Well, we both know how bad that might be. Ooh, she's good because she has the brain cell. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? All hail the brain cell. Truly. It's in between her big ears. Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good, there is one more loose end I have to go work on. Loose end? It's nothing, really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know what, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That is ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. Well, what's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. But it's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch all that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Oliver's had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Rollo's never had the brain cell. The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried. Covered. Oh, could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those letters and number thingies. So you would be 21? N would be 14. D would be... Oh. It's an anagram. Nun Creed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Never mind, Rollo gets the brain cell sometimes. Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. No, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Dun 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 dun! New mission! And we're out of the basement. Oh, she was the other lady. Do we dare talk to her? I suppose she's watching the road. You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? No? Well, he's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. Nope, we're not gonna delve into why that might be. Okay, and we're still the day before the festival. So that's good. Great. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh? And what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think...
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you can make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town? He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Speaking of your father leaving you with nothing but problems, the fact that he named one of you Eris and not the other one Heir kind of says everything. I'm just saying no one guy should own a town. Yeah, also a company shouldn't own a town. Company towns doomed to failure. As we're clearly seeing now. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
So they don't know about the deal they made with Perennial Harvest, it seems. They don't know they're in a parallel town. We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is gonna change whether we like it or not. Are we gonna choose to be part of that future? Or be forgotten in the past? Well, that's just Kerr's own words coming out of your mouth. Oh, I need a water break. She's not wrong. She is not. It's a shame. Father named you Augustus. But you will always just be a Gus. Phew, on time. On time, but you have missed some things, my dude. Hello, Kaito, how are you doing? R5, Mr. Mayor. Do you have enough points for the redeem? I made you an R5 redeem, Kaito. My heart was destroyed, truly. But hello, how are you? Just for you, Kaito. Yes, amazing. I have the limit set to 4. You can do it 4 times a stream if you really want to. But yeah, so we've discovered that apparently they're in a parallel town. When Perennial Harvest put them all up in a hotel for a week to put in piping, they actually just made a second town instead. So that's a thing that's happening for some reason. But in this current storyline, we don't know that yet. Different storyline told us that. Good night, Eris. Which town do we live in? We're apparently living in the fake town. We've seen the old town. The old actual town. And it's covered in ice. We discovered it in another story. But this story has not yet discovered. And Iggy is a true hero who deserves entry to Valhalla. and that. And that. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Book lady, you're still here. Give us a premonition. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. That is actually a very good point. Anything going on? We better get to Nungreeds. Maybe so, maybe so. Oh, but we can still go here. Okay. We've already seen that movie, we don't need to see that again. Ooh, he looks so much better on my computer. Oh yes, the fountain in the other town is where the source was. Whatever the source is, we still don't know. But we found out that something... oh my goodness. Something is happening at Nungreeds. Oh, it's little boy! Little angry boy.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Well, then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. I just got home from Naughty Bingo. It was bingo with sex facts, and the prizes are sex toys. I love that! I want a Naughty Bingo. That sounds amazing. Yes! We should all have a Naughty Bingo. That kid is so cute. He is cute! Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. Oh, by the way, Kaito, did you win anything? But whatever floats your boat. Oh, I won nothing. Oh, you'll get him next time. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of convection. Yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. Was not my game. Damn, I'm clumsy today. Nah, it's fine. You're fine, Kaito. For some, it's as easy as cold, hard cash. Well, he's right. It's locked. Oh, there's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's new drugstore! I mean, underground secrets! The password!
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Alright, let's see here. Oh, and the snow has officially fallen. Canada. I do not envy you, Kaito. In fact, I am dreading my own snowfall. Cozy snow? Bleh. No such thing.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Or should I say, no such thing when you live in a capital hellscape and you have to drive to work. Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great. Now what? I guess
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
A little, lol. That's such a silly password for an underground secret. Well, yeah, but also if you're not expecting anyone to use it, and you also think that your townspeople are dumb, might as well try and make it as easy as possible.
It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Ooh!
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
We finally get a new area. I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. Well, I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue number 12 were real? Rola, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. Well, that's why I'm such a good predictor. The snow is as comforting as your toxic partner dressing up for a party. They look pretty, but you know this moment won't last forever. Hot damn, that's a comparison, Kaito. Accurate. Accurate and damn. Oh wait, vibe change. Kaito, we have new animated emotes. Oh yes, you do, and they are free. Please enjoy them. This music makes you ah, indeed. It looks like each of these has something written on them. I'm gonna use this ghost all the time. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Paul always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. I'm not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. Well, that's the thing about Paul. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. And that's where my mom works. And what does she do? Science stuff? Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. How could she be involved already? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. But why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? Well, this is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. Science can be conducted anywhere. This is true, as long as you write it down. So, have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. I'm calling it now the hazmat suit that Lucas smashed in the face was an Uncreed. If it walks like an Uncreed and talks like an Uncreed, well, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. That's a lot of buttons. So the Nuncreeds killed him twice. I wouldn't be surprised. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide? Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. 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 It's awesome. You all need to come with me. Now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets? I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nun Creed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. His dad, before you murdered him? Or at least had a hand in murdering him? Oh, so now he's gonna save them? I mean, it always seemed like it was more of a greater good kind of thing, as in he didn't take joy in killing Luca. But, you know, he's gonna do what he has to do. Whatever this is. Whatever the big overarching picture is. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends. Back before...
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality. Complications. Life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So, you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Ah, yeah. Total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick and a villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous. Almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. Tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. Beck, hush, he's monologuing. He's giving them everything. She's been scheming right under your nose. Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Luca's causing a distraction. Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently, she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. Children, I missed a lot. It's okay. You can go back and watch the beginning of the VOD if you want to, Kaito. Or don't, either way. She's got maps and explosive and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now she's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So... We're totally following him, right? Oh yeah, totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yeah. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth.
Finally!
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was... intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Oh, somewhere cold. It doesn't look like it got on any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way? So yes, Kaito, for your information. So, in the other storyline with the mutated bully character, they were able to escape from the Red Panda hive mind people and found themselves in a frozen wasteland. Where they discovered that this is the actual town, a frozen wasteland. That's 259 Kelvin. And everyone's in hazmat suits and all of that. Why it's in like a nuclear waste frozen apocalypse situation, we don't know. But there is a giant hole. And so for whatever reason they moved the town over several miles, recreated it, and had everyone move there, and just kind of let this place be apocalyptic. But it seems it's not that way in the rest of the world. How are these children not cold? No idea. That part not really relevant, I guess. So, yes, the entire world is not nuclear apocalypse. Obviously, we have Beck moving from the city to their little town. It just seems to be something that's creeping out from this giant gaping hole that we're about to go see. As for why there's a giant gaping freezing hole, who knows? That we have not figured out yet. Oh, should we do the thing? No, it has not occurred to him. He had a very touching moment realizing this was his actual father's grave, and realizing he had been mourning at a fake grave for years. And that kind of really mind-fucked him. This looks familiar. Yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow? No time. Nuncreed's getting away. No? We're not allowed? Not allowed. Don't get the prompt to clear off the sign. Alright. And then, yep, here it is. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town. Oh, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed's an alien. Rolo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective: kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
Okay, time for another confrontation. Will we lose someone to the abyss of the hole? Maybe!
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, do you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the stillness, he began to weep or hum. Which do we want to do? Weep seems like the more direct route. Hum could be an interesting turn to the story. We want to do weep? We do weep.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This'll all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
So wait, is Gran actually his grandma? We still don't know that. It's very possible she did fake her own death for one reason or another. Or it's possible she could be pulling a Grunkle Stan sort of thing. And she is actually Juniper's sister. Who knows? Does Nuncreed actually have a thing for Gran? Also, who knows? You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
And we get the freeze again.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to...
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
And Ice Age.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
Hum then? Gotta be.
In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Truly. Alright, hum it is, since we've covered everything else. It seems that we're going to have one more branch over here. Once we can get over there. Oh, and that's Nuncreed's confrontation with Luca. So I guess that makes sense that we haven't uncovered that yet. Alright, back to humming. Oh. Oh, what?
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody.
I'm gonna call it now. The narrator is Luca's mom, trying to find a way for them all to not die. Ooh, I hadn't even considered. That's a good theory. I like it.
It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely.
The giant ice beam. Yes, the giant ice beam we've been dealing with in other story ends. Also, I like that they don't have like a human humming sound. That they do have an instrument for it, since all of the voices have been beeps. It fits better. More thematic.
As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo. The only people who call me that are my dad and... Oh my god, Gran's the mom! She got aged by the stuff! By the fucking experiments! Oh my god! Your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
I never saw that twist coming. She faked being her own mother because she aged. Oh my god, I never would have guessed either.
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
Of course his gran looked like his mom. Of course!
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees.
This game is so good. It is.
Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
This is why she knew to come, yeah. Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? So Nuncreed didn't know either. Nuncreed had no idea. I thought you were... gone? You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were... exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca. But I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we're in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do we do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. You don't understand. He always wins. Speaking of, we still
Chapter
don't
9.
know who the founder of Perennial Harvest is. We found out that Kerr is just the puppet. The puppet face. And is quite happy to be just the puppet face and not know anything more. But we still don't know who the founder is. He originally made a deal with Sharper Valentine. But the kids don't know anything either. I don't think it is Valentine. I think Valentine exposed something and died in the process. And did actually die, but as for who this founder is, I still don't know. It's taking twists and turns that I was not expecting. But I am enjoying.
The devil you know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now.
And, as a reminder, the head of Deep Engineering is the body we saw in the dumpster with Rollo and Luca in one story, and now also Beck's mother, one of her mothers, is the new head of Deep Engineering.
She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen.
Which is apparently what is at the bottom of the source, which is what's caused the ice.
There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching.
I believe that might have also been what was in the puddle that mutated Iggy. Well, hello, Mom. Indeed.
She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And this is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me. I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You snivelling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere more comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. Oh shit, Nuncreed coming in. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Solomon? That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Is that Sharper Valentine reborn? Is that why? Oh my god, did he find eternal youth? Is that why Harris adopted him? OMG, that makes so much sense. 'Cause he doesn't act like a kid and he never has. And that's why he has the deal with Nuncreed. Oh my god. Yes, sir. That's why he needed the puppet of a grown man. It is just Valentine all over again. Take them away. No. I want them to see this. No, that's Granny's voice. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Hall. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr. Yes, sir. It was a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. This game is crazy. It is! I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Lovely graphics game.
Hushed horror gripped the crowd.
Not all of them. Mr. Piggy in the background. He's still asleep. Oh, he's behind my hat. Well, just so you all know, Mr. Piggy behind my hat is still sleeping.
This is a story about change.
What? No! Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. I hate his voice beeps. He do be looking. He do be looking, you know? He be looking. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. I thought you might, Kaito. I just thought you might. Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Malice! Okay. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? No, sweetheart, not your daddy. Or at the very least, not a daddy that ever gave a fuck. He's so hopeful. This poor man hasn't had a single head pat his entire freaking life. All crimes forgiven, he's sexy. Sure. I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. Pat that man. Poor man. Sad, sad boy. Sad boy. But I... Silence, Augustus, an adult, is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. No big thumbs up from Papi. No. Big thumbs down from Papi. Harris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Daddy, that's my line. He don't seem like the daddy type, Kaito, I'm very sorry to say. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. No, this man is very clearly Lord Father. Yup, Lord Father. Hail Lord Father. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what he did because he left me with no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. Oh, wait till I get my hands on him. You go, Kaito. You tame this villain. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Tame? He's gonna be taming me. Fair enough. Whatever way you want it, Kaito, whatever way you want it. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. And I'll win because I'm amazing. I have full confidence in your bottoming abilities, Kaito. Wait. So this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Well, now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. Well, I'm not afraid of you. The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh wait, he said bilking. A bilker. Bilker. I think they should yowie Kerr and Sharp. I think Kerr would be into it. I don't know if Sharp would. But yeah, that, you know, hindsight and all that. Oh, but I can. I have one. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ah.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
Capitalism won! No! Actually, Kershop and me, yippee. Yippee for you, Kaito. Yep. Yep.
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now.
They are. We're getting towards the end.
You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing.
Well, yes. He's the one orchestrating all of this. Dang, I thought we had it this time. No, because we still have that one other branch.
Let's see.
So yeah, we have this branch here that we now have malice for. So I think we're going to uncover a little bit more information for this, just enough to finish off this branch. I don't, my mouse cannot work. But just, so imagine with your mind. So right here we have one tendril left. And then I think we're going to go back over to here and finish off the story. Because that's also still a squiggle. So, I believe. Time is my plaything. Me next. That being said, though, it is 2 hours, 47 minutes. I think we've been streaming for a good bit. Do we want to do one more storyline, or we just want to save this for next Friday, finish it all there? Because it seems like we have about another hour, maybe hour and a half left on this, if I had to guess. All y'all's choice. Let's finish next week? Okay. Alright. So, yes, 10:06. Okay, we'll go ahead and pick Malice for this, just so the game will save. And then we'll get to it next week. Right, so this was Luca, I believe on his own, investigating alone, and ran into Mr. Nuncreed.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes.
And did that save? That did not save! Okay, we go a little bit further.
Like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder.
Why is that not saving? Okay, we go a little bit further.
Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course. I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rolo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca. You know, your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Ayo, there's the save. Alright. Okay, so here we are. So much revealed, so much going in a way that I didn't expect. I was expecting cult, I was expecting religion, I was expecting town conspiracy. It really seems like the town is the one that got conspiracied. It seems like no one in the town knew what was going on other than Nuncreed. They were all in the dark. And then Eleanor being her own mother, or pretending to be her own mother because she got weird aged, was not expecting. Strange little kid being Shopper Valentine, not expecting. Many twists, many turns. I'm happy you got some sexy dog men, Kaito. Yeah, overall, amazing story. Taking turns that I did not expect, but then I was able to guess once I had just enough clues. Which is the way twists should be, I think. The fact that you are able to get the twist like just a few seconds before it's revealed, that's the right kind of twist, I think. Because it proves that the creator is laying the groundwork for you. It's not just something that comes out of complete nowhere and makes no fictional sense. Which is to say, in a crafting story sense. So I'm very excited to see what the penultimate ending is. And where we go. Instead capitalism. Yeah, instead capitalism. So I do think we are going to finish up next week, and then we will have to start a new Friday game. And we're still doing Date Everything. Date Everything is so much longer than I thought it would be, but I'm enjoying it. And I do believe I will have a third stream next week. It might be a peak stream. I'm trying to work out a collab with some people. Might be a Jacksbox stream, if not. Either way. Look forward to that. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Good night.